guys, so I'm back with a new video and let's talk about butchers. So I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I'm going to say butchers, but maybe with another accent it's butchers. I don't know, I'm gonna say butchers. Yeah, so today I bring you the first proper review of the year. It's maybe not the best one to be the first one, but I'll get into it. So I have to thank Blue Fox Entertainment and Red Hound Entertainment for sending this one to me. I watched the trailer and I was pretty excited about this one. I thought it was a basic premise, but done right, it could be like a pretty good movie because you don't always need the movie to be original. I mean, I like it to be original, but sometimes you just want something simple, something straightforward, and as long as it has good gore, I'm okay with it for the most part. So yeah, I thought this one would be a good one, so I reached out to them and they sent me the movie, so just for that, thank you. So with that said, let's get into it. So the plot for Butchers, it's pretty straightforward. It's a family that lives in the middle of the wood, a family of butchers, and when someone crosses their path, they become dead meat. It's pretty straightforward, but you never know with a straightforward story like this. So yeah, the whole cast of this movie is pretty unknown to me. I don't think I know anyone, and that shows. I'll get into it, but the movie stars Simon Phillips, Michael Swatton, Julie Mainville, and Anne Caroline Bignette. I hope I'm pronouncing everyone's name right. And with that said, let's get into my thoughts. So this movie is a bit of a mess. As I said, the story is pretty straightforward and a bit cliche, which it isn't a bad thing. But with a cliche story like this and a really basic one, the movie is really convoluted with a lot of ideas and with a lot of plot points. So sometimes I didn't know where the movie was going, and sometimes that's good, but in this case it wasn't. I wish the movie was a bit more simple, and there's even a point in the movie where one of the characters says something would be too cliche or too basic, something like that. And I wish it was a bit more cliche, to be honest, because there's a lot of stuff going on, and that's something that I've been noticing in these more indie movies, the ones that I've been sent. They have a good premise, but they want it to be original, and so they come up with a lot of stuff and try to get everything in the movie, which don't always turn out great, which is the case of this movie. Also, the plot drags a lot. The movie is short, it's an hour and a half, but by the middle I was already like, where this is going, I'm getting tired of this story. It's a basic premise that it's way too long. I don't know, I wish they would develop more the characters and get more into the story, because the story just jumps right into the main plot, because it's not really the action, because the action takes a while, and that's another of my complaints. But I wish they built the characters a bit better and slowed it down a bit in the beginning, and then it would, like, the action starts and things start moving. But no, the things start right away and then it drags, so it becomes a bit boring by the middle of it. The script isn't the best either. Like, I feel like it's equal parts the actors and equal parts the script, because the actors are pretty bad. But at times I thought like, okay, this guy or this girl is doing something good. But then there was a line that just threw me off, and it wasn't as believable as it could be. So I think the actors weren't the best, but the script wasn't good either. So it was a mix of both. And it also doesn't help that the character made a lot of dumb decisions. Mostly towards the end, there's one particular decision that was just like, I can't believe that character did that. And as far as the story goes, the ending isn't the best either, in my opinion. Like, I feel like the ending is just a way to make the whole thing make sense, because there's stuff that I knew there was something else, but then the end reveals it, and it was a bit I wasn't a big fan of. I just wish they went the basic route. And if you've seen this movie, or if you're going to see it, you understand what I'm saying. I'm trying to be spoiler free. On more of a technical level, there's pretty good things. Like, there's pretty good practical effects, like the gore, it's pretty good in my opinion. I like that. The cinematography, as far as the color grading and how the movie looks, is also pretty good. And I know that the director was also the writer, the editor, the cinematographer, and I think it did sound as well. So he was a good cinematographer as well as a director. Apart from one particular thing that I just can't forgive. If you've been to film school, you know this. It's one of the first things that they teach you, and if you don't know what I'm going to talk about, just search a bit more. But there's a rule that it's the 180 degrees rule that you just can't break. It's basically that, imagine a line where action takes place and the cameras have to be all in one side. You can't change from being in one direction to the other. I'm not saying people don't break this rule, but sometimes it's really noticeable and it throws you off, which is this case. There's a scene where a character is walking one way, and when the camera changes, it looks like he's walking the other way. So that is like a big no. So I liked the directing style up to that point, and from that point on, I just couldn't really focus. I was always looking for another scene where they broke their rule. So I liked how he directed, but I feel like this was an editor mistake. And yeah, so I think he is a good director and a good cinematographer, but editor and writer and sound design, it's not the best either. It's not like it's awful, it's just really cliche. And the music, it's there to warn you when something horrifying is going to happen, and I'm not a big fan of that. It's not that it's a bad thing on a technical level, it's just that I'm not a big fan of that. And yeah, I think I've covered everything. Yeah, obviously there's good things about the movie, but overall I wasn't a big fan of it. So with all that said, let's get into my scores. Overall, I give the movie a 1.5 out of 5. I think it's the lowest score I've given on a video review. I've done a pretty low ratings on my Letterboxd, but on a proper review, I think this is the lowest I went. I can't really recommend it to you, but I know there's a few people that liked it. I've seen it on my Letterboxd, so maybe this is for you. Just check out the trailer, maybe it's something you'd like. Cinematography wise, I give it a 2 out of 5. It could be better if the director didn't break that rule. I'm going to be completely honest, that was the thing that made me lower my cinematography rating. Yeah. And originality wise, I also give it a 2 out of 5. I knew this was an original, but I still have to rate it, and yeah, it's not original, even though I knew it wouldn't be, but it could go on an original way. Sometimes it's not the story, it's how they put it. So yeah, overall I'm not a big fan of this movie, but if what I said was something that interested you, check it out. I can recommend it, but I don't know, everyone has their own opinions, and maybe you will like this movie. As I said, just check out the trailer, and if you like what you see, just keep in mind all the technical stuff that I mentioned, that's not like an opinion based, it's like a rules thing. But if you want to watch it, the movie is available on VOD. It just came out today as I'm filming this, on January 12th. So yeah, check out the movie if you want to. And if you end up watching it, or if you've seen it already, let me know in the comments what you thought, and if you agree with me, or if you think I was too harsh on the movie. Maybe I was. And yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you in my next video.